Well, I'm pacing myself tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Pacing myself.
I first went to South Africa when I was working for Safeway, when I was in charge of the wine department at Safeway, and that was only just there was an embargo on trade, and then when Nelson Mandela was let out, at some point after that, the embargo was lifted and we could suddenly start trading again. And as soon as that embargo was lifted, I was on one of the first planes out to South Africa because we wanted to get some South African wines. And so we went out to Johannesburg and we took a connecting flight down to Cape Town. And it was early days of South Africa opening up to trade. And I was on one of the, when you get on the coach from the terminal to your plane, and you're standing there holding onto the strap to stop yourself falling over, and everybody was smiling at me and looking at me and thinking, and I thought, what a happy place this is. This is great. And I was sort of nodding and smiling back and thinking how friendly everybody was, and thought maybe it was just because I was tall and a ginger, and maybe they weren't used to seeing that. I was sort of looking around and sort of saying, acknowledging it all. And I looked around, and of course, I was standing next to Nelson Mandela, who was on the same plane. They weren't looking at me at all. It was Nelson. He was sitting down on a seat where I was, right next to where I was standing, and it was fantastic because he got on the plane. He sat up the front, and I went down the back, and it was just like seeing, Nelson Mandela. He was an icon. That was a very fun way to start. Our first trip, that was at Safeway. We had a load of wines that we brought back, and we brought back some wines from Vredendal. You can't see, if you looking at this map here on the screen, you can see how small compared to all of South Africa the Western Cape is, and how only a part of that is the wine regions, and how where I'm circling there, that's the sort of the central part, is where all the sort of the serious wines come from. That was my first ever trip to South Africa. And then when we had the Real Wine Company, we decided we wanted to combine some holiday with some business. So we went out, and forgive me if I've told you this before, because we have tasted some South African wine. I've probably mentioned this already. We went out there, and I went to the South African Trade Board and said, look, here we are. I want to buy some small amounts of wine. We ship to England or to the UK, and we would just like to see who can you recommend. So the lady there sent out an email to all of her members, and said exactly what we were doing, and to contact me by email directly. And within sort of 24 hours, I'd had over 200 emails from wineries in the Western Cape saying, "Yeah, come and have a visit, come and have a taste." So I had to obviously whittle that down. So there's a book called the Platters Guide. So I checked everybody out on Platters Guide, which is the wine sort of Bible, to see whether whether they'd won any medals or where they were, and worked out a plan. And I basically for 10 days did 5 wineries a day for 10 days. And I had a plan to because there are two great varieties. I mean, Chenin Blanc is the white grape variety, pinotage is the red grape variety, and I wanted to have at least one of each of those.
Mark, Rita's asked me, what about Mark's shirt? And I said, what shirt?
My shirt. When we were, very first time we were in South Africa, we were with some friends. And because I was doing 5 wineries every day, and I was bringing back samples, we were self-catering, I was bringing back samples of all the wines that I liked. So I was quite often coming back with 10, 15 bottles of wine every evening. Which we barbecued pretty much every day, and we had our own. We certainly tasted them, and we drank the ones we liked, and we did that for about 10 days. And actually, after that first trip, we came back, and I had 3 or 4 wine producers that we ended up shipping from. But as our friends, as a thank you, because I'd also been watching. I liked Nelson Mandela's his South African shirt. I was admiring him very much, as a thank you present, they bought me this shirt. And I can tell you, I do wear it every time I go to South Africa, and that basically now is 6 times in the last 8 years. We've been back there to do wine and on holiday, and I wear it a lot of the time, and I get many admiring glances. I can tell you, people stop and stare in the street, and they enjoy this shirt. And it's there was one market, people come up, and stall holders come up and start feeling it, and they say they admire the quality of the shirt itself, and obviously the person who's wearing it, I like to feel.
So we've had some questions.
But hang on a minute. What he doesn't realise is that when we're walking down the high street and I'm a little bit behind him and I'm looking at the reactions, there's an equal amount of horrified looks on people's faces.
Come.
They are, darling.
They love
it. Haters going to hate, Mark. The haters are going to hate.
Hello, Mark and Rita from the Real Wine Company here.
Hope you enjoyed the video.
And if you did, well, we hope you did, what you've got to do, you've got to like it.
Subscribe.
Subscribe. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe, so you just press the subscribe button, which gets more subscribers.
Like.
And like it.
And comment.
And leave a comment or something. That'd be great. Thank you very much. Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.